She thought yelling at an old man in a grocery store would make her powerful. But when the truth came out, it humbled an entire town. If you enjoy emotional justice stories that restore faith in humanity, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon at Maple Market, a small-town grocery store where everyone knew each other. The aisles smelled of fresh bread, and the hum of checkout scanners filled the air. Inside, James Walker, a 72-year-old retired bus driver, was buying his weekly groceries, milk, cereal, and his favorite oatmeal cookies. His calm, slow movements reflected a lifetime of patience and kindness. As he waited in the checkout line, humming softly, a woman behind him huffed. She was middle-aged, blonde, and visibly irritated that James's cart was full. "Excuse me," she snapped. "Some of us don't have all day." James turned politely. "Sorry, ma'am. Just trying to get through like everyone else." But instead of backing down, she sneered. "Figures. You people always slow everything down." The cashier froze. The air in the store shifted instantly. James frowned gently. "You people." She folded her arms. "Yeah, you heard me. You don't belong here. This neighborhood used to be nice until—" Before she could finish, a young man filming near the aisle turned his phone camera on. "Ma'am, you might want to stop right there," he said quietly. She glared at him. "Mind your business." James stayed calm. "I was born 3 blocks from here, miss, served in the army, drove city buses for 42 years. I think I belong just fine." The woman laughed mockingly. "Sure you did. Why don't you go back to your country and stop holding up the line?" At that moment, a store manager, Elena Soto, rushed over. "Ma'am, that's enough." But the woman kept shouting, louder now, drawing everyone's attention. "People like him ruin everything. He probably doesn't even live here legally." Gasps rippled through the shoppers. A teenage cashier whispered, "Is she serious?" Elena's tone sharpened. "Ma'am, you need to stop or leave." Then she made a mistake. She shoved James's cart hard, knocking his bag of apples onto the floor. That was it. Elena immediately called security. Within minutes, a security officer arrived, and so did a police patrol from across the street. The officers quickly separated the two. The woman, still furious, shouted, "He started it! He was being aggressive!" James shook his head calmly. "I didn't raise my voice once." One officer turned to the cashier who had recorded the whole thing. "You got that on video?" She nodded and handed over her phone. "Every word." When the officer played the clip, the truth filled the room. The insults, the shove, and the humiliation. The woman's expression changed from rage to panic. The officer turned to her. "Ma'am, you're under arrest for harassment and assault." She gasped. "What? You can't arrest me. I didn't hurt anyone." James simply sighed. "You hurt more than you think, miss." As they handcuffed her, people in the store clapped quietly. Not out of cruelty, but relief. When the officers led her away, James began picking up his fallen apples. Elena bent down beside him. "Mr. Walker, I'm so sorry." He smiled gently. "Not your fault, dear. Some people just need time to learn." A week later, the story went viral. The video, titled "Elderly Veteran Harassed at Store, Karma in Real Time," had over 3 million views. News stations called it a moment of modern-day justice. But James didn't care for fame. He just hoped it would make people think twice before judging others. Meanwhile, the woman, Patricia Holloway, faced legal consequences. A $5,000 fine, 100 hours of community service, and mandatory racial sensitivity training. In court, she looked nothing like the furious woman from the video. Her voice trembled as she said, "I was wrong. I let anger and ignorance control me. I hope Mr. Walker can forgive me." James stood slowly, leaning on his cane. The courtroom fell silent. He looked her in the eye and said, "Forgiveness isn't a gift to you. It's peace for me. You've got to find your own." The judge nodded approvingly. "That's wisdom we all need to hear." After the case, reporters surrounded James outside the courthouse. "Mr. Walker, how does it feel to have the whole country support you?" He smiled faintly. "I don't need the whole country. Just a few good hearts doing better than yesterday." That night, his granddaughter showed him a GoFundMe page someone had created to honor him. The donations poured in, but James refused to keep the money. Instead, he used it to start the Walker Respect Initiative. a small charity that provided scholarships for teenagers promoting kindness and community unity. Within months, the first Respect Scholarship was awarded to the young cashier who recorded the video. She cried when James handed her the certificate. "Sir, you changed my life." He chuckled. "No, kid, you changed mine. You stood up when others froze." Even Patricia, the woman who had insulted him, volunteered for the charity later that year. She worked quietly, helping at food drives, never seeking attention. When local news asked James why he let her join, he said, "Because hate loses its power when love invites it to work." By the first anniversary of the incident, Maple Market hosted an event called Community Day of Respect. Hundreds came, police officers, families, and neighbors of every background. Elena, the manager, hugged James as they cut a ribbon together. "You turned anger into action," she said. James smiled. "That's the only way forward." As the crowd applauded, Patricia approached him quietly and whispered, "Thank you for letting me fix what I broke." He nodded. "Keep fixing it. That's how we heal." When the sun set, kids played around the same aisle where it all began. The world wasn't perfect, but it was kinder, and that was enough. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, comment, "Respect begins with us," and subscribe for more inspiring stories about justice, compassion, and second chances. Have a wonderful day ahead. And remember, forgiveness is the loudest victory.